can they claim it? This is all government.
The wire show is a big problem.
Totally wrong. But that there must be a huge cost to it, not only for like tying up with it, but to promote it. To promote it across medium and then to distribute it that way. So there are carriage fees, there are fees that you have to keep paying to various now DTH providers. So all that factored in, yet you have a problem. Well, that is the way life works. That's the way human lives function. So, again, how much do you take into account technology changing? Today, a moment cell phone goes 3G now, I'm told that there are at least 1 million users who can watch films. There is an Economic Times article maybe for yesterday. That's a in terms of how film shows and television shows actually is happening in the US, is happening in Scandinavia. Why would I want to do it? The point is, such a small screen that I enjoy. But that is a debate which will take its own time and come to its own end. But the important thing is technology. The important thing is in terms of the distribution mechanism. Consumer behavior, the technology investment is something that brands, as well as when I say brands, I mean independent brands, have to certainly consider. And for those brands who are building in their entertainment portion, must consider. See, I'm not going to reach point and just take the essence of, with this business, the entertainment business is run by moguls. They are like Chinese Khan. They are like cowboys. Of course, Bill Gates will be a little more sophisticated. Look at the way Microsoft is. Even there is that communication. There, see, just not the look at Intel, the way they are advertising. Sort of music. And each of this, there could be a soundtrack. When I'm hearing if there's an ad, there could be a soundtrack which you can have a download. So it's not just a film download. That could have a DVD element to it. So it's all about domination, but you have a memory at the top. So you can have Aziz Subhash Chandra to the Murdochs and the Bransons of the world. But again, you look at the way the guy who owns Manchester United is Russian. So he's a Russian businessman. But that gives you leverage, it rubs off on your brands, it rubs off on your imagery. See, the imagery of the CEO, the leadership is very, very important. It's critical to entertainment brands. It may not be critical to those brands who infuse the entertainment portion, those non-entertainment brands. But for entertainment products and entertainment brands, leadership is absolutely, you have to never it. It will be like a problem. Play high, you lose high, that kind of work. Again, because it is a business, you have to take this. You can't fall flat. And it's easy come and go also. Like, today you're there, tomorrow you're out, again you're there. So, for example, Messier, this is a good example of General Water Company, who used his entire portfolio in Havas to actually create Vivendi and then Vivendi University. And today, Vivendi University has launched. There's a guy who used to be a punter called Van Kavanaugh. And Van Kavanaugh went and punted in gracefulness. So he bought an option. That was pretty owned this school or participated. So you can go and, no, not participate. Yes, for relatively. You can check relatively. You can get his. That's what he did. He used to know. Okay, Columbia is producing so much, he was basically an investor. Made his money off the stock market. I said, okay, I give you so much for this firm, I give you so much for this firm, I give you so much for this firm. Then he said, wrong, man. Actually, only your portfolio. You want some water? Should we wait for you? No, sir. this works the best? You got to have an idea. You got to have a big idea. Do a diagram. One move is from the Da Vinci Code. अच्छा idea निकाला. So it's a big idea which leads to the Holy Grail. The big idea in advertising used to talk about. In this, it's a hit. You have a hit. So not only from, forget Apple and all, those are, I don't want to give you normal examples. You look at, as I said, the Viagra, the Disprin. The Disprin, the headache, you put a Disprin into water, the whole community, the headache is free. And you have 20,000 brands which are stuck into your headache. But it's all about having a hit for, SUV was born like that, and that was taken out, I think, by one of the Scandinavian countries. Nokia did with mobile telephone. You see, what happens is you have a hit, you actually build a franchise. When you build a franchise, if the film world is translated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now see, how indistinct it is going. So publishing intertwines with films, intertwines with theme park, intertwines with television, intertwines with. So you will have a Pirates of the Caribbean, which is actually a theme ride, becoming a film. Becoming, now even, look at Sound of Music in that period, actually a play, a book. So people are coming Harry Potter, but actually go back to the classics. This is happening from there. You look at the other one famous, which actually happened from a play. Sound of Music and just praying it. But that will come. My Fair Lady. Okay, My Fair Lady was actually a George Bernard play, and was a big setup in London. And then became a film. So today you can take a book, make a film, make a play, make a theme park if it goes, make it a museum, I don't know, anywhere. And the whole thing is that when you think of that idea, you think that seed of that idea should enable it to become a phenomenon. Like 3 Idiots has become a phenomenon. Whether it is from the book to not really debate, it has become a phenomenon. Now, in this phenomenon, how are they going to take it, make it the 4th idiot? If this is Hollywood, we would have had the 4th idiot. After the 4th idiot, you would have had a 1st idiot. Then you would have had a 2nd idiot. And they would have built, we're talking about franchises. And the interesting part is that in the film business, or in the entertainment business, advertising was a big idea. Here you have something called high concept. Typically, a high concept is if I read a script, and I have a story, and in one line I can tell you, okay, this film is about this meets this. For example, I see a film, see a road movie. I come back and ask, yeah, kaisa tha? I can tell you, yeah, this film is a film called Wild Hogs meets motorcycle riders. So in your reference in your mind, you've got a picture. See, the idea is to create, for example, this Prince of Persia. So Prince of Persia is Sahara meets Narnia meets Pirates of the Caribbean meets something. So it's a high concept idea. Will that become a franchise? That is subject to problem. That is subject to the problem. I mean, for example, I can have recent that phenomenon. Again, let's go back to the wire. KBC was a high concept phenomenon. Franchise became KBC 2, KBC 3. Now, so again, a franchise also lies in natural death. How do you keep it alive? See, the Bond franchises are the only one that have been kept alive for a long time. Then you suddenly the Batman franchise. Running alive, and then you realize, oh my god, I lost all my day. So, the beginning of Batman. Same with the entire Star Wars series. Now, Spider-Man after 3, they want to go back to before he became a Spider-Man. So, it's not just about, hate becoming phenomena, becoming a franchise. And with brands, you have to, like for an Indian brand, you have to create a pan-India franchise. Otherwise, it doesn't work. The cost of creating that franchise, the cost of marketing it as a franchise is so huge. I mean, you had the latest example of kites. Okay, let me not give you examples from the film business because there would be, let me give you an example, say from a book. Think of a book that was all hyped up and nowhere to go. You could have enormous examples of in the publishing business, like in the film business, it's very natural. In television, it's very natural. Look at the sports thing. Or look at IPL. Look at IPL 3. Weekend has a high concept, but is the franchise now become very murky? And people are saying, WTF? I mean, why? People are saying, now add to it the whole Asian Games going good. Is this doing good for that category? Is it doing good? Who is the brand who's thinking? Who is the leadership who's thinking about it? Ashar. And the basis. Who as big as laws can got rid of little money. Probably he will play game with them. It's simple. Simple. They're all as bad as him. Now suddenly it's become an issue of, why should we go dance? I mean, the whole thing was murky. It's going to be murky at that level. So the issue is here. If you create this phenomenon, you also have to live up to it, the imagery of it, and to retain that whole thing. So it's not just about, franchise and I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a good thing to do. Or should I end it somewhere? A lot of times leadership, they don't really know when to call it and say, okay, this franchise, alright, rest in peace. Created it, it's still milking. You just keep milking all of it. You don't want that, that your soft toy milking. Look at football. I mean, it's not just t-shirt and mugs. There's a damn Manchester United cafe, you can have Manchester United club and blah, 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 blah. You can create out of it one franchise. So that hit phenomenon allows you to create that. There's a very interesting, if you like wildlife, the lions are actually the alpha males who guide the end. The women do the hunting, the female lions do all the hunting, the lionesses do all the hunting. But it's that whole, it's like, how do you select your TG? It's like how do you select that hunt? And to select that TG is what, people call it, there are early adopters who call the alpha consumers, some of them are called, there are various terms like you might get mavens, there are people called, mavens are like those who preach about a particular brand, screw all that stuff. It's people who have walked into that experience, walked into that communication, and used and gotten something useful from it, and they have started to apply it. So there are the apostles, and guys that every brand has the apostles, and the servants. People have called it mavens, and they've called it the tipping point, blah blah. These are good terms to know. It helps. At the end of the day, it's all about the apostles, the disciples. It's like really looking at the Astha channel. There are people who, and it's not just the discourses in Christianity or in Islam or in Hinduism. It's a tamasha. Due respect to all the gurus that are there. If you see the way, from Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, and that time, to now with ISKCON, the entire experience, the experience of even a Durga Puja, an experience of the Ganpati, where has the whole thing gone? Look at the society in the world. And look at the brands who are riding on. Entertainment brands, non-entertainment brands, mutual funds, washing machines, video phones, everything. Look at religion. Today I would say religion is more entertaining than anything else. Because they've taken it to that level of being a service. So, but each one has found the alpha consumer because, for example, if you look at the way the phenomena of Sri Gauri Shankara, look at Baba Ramdev. He's found his apostles, right? Who are his or her alpha consumers who have that very high entertainment quotient, who have the very high experience quotient with them. And these people have spread word because of their trials. They've been happy with what they have got. So there's a critical mass that they have created because of the word of mouth, the buzz that is born. And this critical mass has allowed that brand to expand. So religion uses this kind of thing. Politics uses this. And then of course there are different revenue platforms. I mean, to a discourse that you can hear on a DVD. So you have a religious section. There's a book, you read yoga books, motivation books. I mean, look at publishing, look at the industry that use this phenomenon beautifully. You just go to landmark. You stand in landmark and just see those circles. Those the way they hit. Forget looking at today. Interesting observation I had. The other day I was there at Landmark, and I was seeing that there was a thing on religion, and religion was placed next to sex. And there are two youngsters over there, and the way these guys are kind of positioned it also. The publishers of those books, basically they're kind of Kama Sutras. And each one has a different thing. And it was very interesting. I went there and I looked at all the Kama Sutras which were kept there and how each one was kind of become different from the other. Some wrote on spirituality, some wrote on physicality. What are they going to do? It's basically mentioned. Right? I looked at the books on religion. Each book on religion had a DVD with it. So what are you doing? You're actually optimizing also your revenue platforms. So it's not just big brands and film which are doing it. I mean, religion, publishing, sports. You have the advantage of watching us. You can buy an entire Manchester United TV. So it all comes around internet, but there is a core consumer group. The guys who stand to get that whole Apple will then come in and again see the way Apple would do. There are three guys in India, three journalists who were first given the iPad. You write about it. So these three gentlemen write about the iPad. People read it. So this is one way, but it's coming to 360 degrees around. Today it's like 7 speakers everywhere hitting at you. Advertising comes in much later. It is PR and imagery that is actually building. Today, and you read that book written by Al Rice and Laura Rice, it talks about the fall of advertising and rise of PR. And you will understand how PR is creating those kind of brands, especially in the entertainment business. It's more PR. Why? Because what you read is giving you mindshare than what you're seeing. But also, please note that a lot of that editorial is paid for. But you as a consumer don't know what is paid for. The brand empires. I mean, the NBA, basketball, is a good case study. Read about the NBA. It was always looked on because it was a game that the Afro-Americans played. It was never out there, game. It was like that's for the blacks. Okay, but the way they did it, the building that word of mouth, public awareness, the merchandising, the grassroots level operations. So it was not just a game that was played in a ghetto. It was not not just a game that was limited to ghetto. And the baseball was the game that was played in the localities. That's a wide game. Look at NBA thing. It's a massive worldwide franchise. And built purely on what I've been talking about. This whole EQ factor. You know? And taking it to, you know, it's the same thing like the IPL, but of course cricket is very high. We're trying to create that with hockey and create that with football, but the administration, and here sports is administered from a government perspective. But there it's all independent. It's free market. But in order to do this, I mean, again, you look at Barbie and go to the new Hamleys, you know, you will find exactly what I'm telling you. Go to Hamleys, go to Phoenixville, and just walk through Hamleys, and you will know what I'm talking about is the entertainmentization of a toy store. So, look at with the manufacturing of toys, that category has merged with entertainment, and there is an entire Barbie corner where you can do your hair, lipstick, blah blah, and then there are those racing. Just go there and you will know what I'm talking about. Is the experience that you go, if you ever get to go abroad, go to these department stores like, you know, Barnes and Noble, go to Barnes and Noble, like your Crossword. At Crossword, again, see, this is the publishing brand. Okay, it's a retail. So retail has also merged with this whole entertainment thing. In terms of, look at a Crossword and come to the last point. Cultural connect. Books of various languages, books of various thoughts. There's an emotional connect. Why? Because it's very friendly. There's a cafe, you can just sit there, chill, read as much as you want. So you have that emotional connect with Crosswords. Okay? You're not pushed into buying, you can read an entire book, you can make notes. Renewing identity with customers to multiple platforms. So Crossword allows you to experience cinema, experience books naturally. Experience is just the pleasure of bringing your child in. So it's like a getaway. So bookstore has actually become a getaway. That is why today when you go to a Crossroads, you can just sit and chill. And your kid can do what the kid's corner, you can just go there. So when you start creating these things, and therefore today, you know, Crossword has done it pan-India. Again, go back. They created the idea was to allow the reader full access and comfortable access. That must have been one man's thought. Right? Now look at the thought and where it has gone today. So Crosswords not only does book launches and film integrations and blah blah, but allows other brands to come in there and do their launches. So you can act, you know, and then you have motions at various of the Crosswords. So he's built it with the lifestyle things. He's also giving you that thing of just chilling on it. So you actually go to a bookstore not to buy, but to, you know, to invite that experience that you get. And you know, forget. And I've never been. If you go to a hospital, you go to the big hospitals like Fortes and Brocard and all these guys built, from kids' corners to stuff like that. You know, everywhere it is the whole thing of how you connect. You know, in the south you will see the images of certain gods that are kept. See, it is as minute as that. Because when you're building a brand and you're backing for attention, it is as minute as that. The detail. Then of course the internet and entertainment. I mean, this is, look at Facebook, Google, Twitter.